For decades, liberals and conservatives have been arguing about what's best for America. Before I explain a possible solution, I'd like you to watch this 3.5-minute clip from the HBO TV series called The Newsroom.
Let's move on to the next question. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Jenny. I'm a sophomore, and this is for all three of you. Can you say why America is the greatest country in the world?
Diversity and opportunity.
Lewis?
Freedom and freedom. So let's keep it that way.
Will? Why is America
Not the greatest country in the world, Professor. That's my answer.
You're saying...
Yes.
Let's talk about...
Fine. Sharon, the NEA is a loser. Yeah, it accounts for a penny out of our paycheck, but he gets to hit you with it anytime he wants. It doesn't cost money. It costs votes. It costs airtime and column inches. You know why people don't like liberals? Because they lose.
If liberals are so fucking smart, how come they lose so goddamn always?
Hey, and with a straight face, you're gonna tell students that America is so star-spangled awesome that we're the only ones in the world who have freedom?
Canada has freedom. Japan has freedom. The UK, France, Italy, Germany, Spain,
Australia, Belgium has freedom. So 207 sovereign states in the world, like 180 of them have freedom.
All right.
And yeah, you, sorority girl,
Just in case you accidentally wander into a voting booth one day,
there's some things you should know, and one of them is there is absolutely no evidence to support the statement that we're the greatest country in the world. We're 7th in literacy, 27th in math, 22nd in science, 49th in life expectancy,
178th in infant mortality, 3rd in median household income, number 4 in labor force, and number 4 in exports. We lead the world in only 3 categories: number of incarcerated citizens per capita, number of adults who believe angels are real, and defense spending, where we spend more than the next 26 countries combined, 25 of whom are allies. Now, none of this is the fault of a 20-year-old college student, but you nonetheless are, without a doubt, a member of the worst generation ever. So when you ask what makes us the greatest country in the world, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Yosemite? Sure used to be. We stood up for what was right. We fought for moral reasons. We passed laws, struck down laws for moral reasons. We waged wars on poverty, not poor people. We sacrificed. We cared about our neighbors. We put our money where our mouths were, and we never beat our chest. We built great big things, made ungodly technological advances, explored the universe, cured diseases, and we cultivated the world's greatest artists and the world's greatest economy. We reached for the stars, acted like men. We aspired to intelligence. We didn't belittle it. It didn't make us feel inferior. We didn't identify ourselves by who we voted for in the last election, and we didn't scare so easy. We were able to be all these things and do all these things because we were informed by great men, men who were revered. First step in solving any problem is recognizing there is one. America is not the greatest country in the world anymore.
Pretty compelling stuff. Maybe it is time for us to do something different. Here's a map of all 50 US states. In order to make my video easier to understand, let's just focus on the 48 contiguous states. There we go. Now we need to divide the country roughly in half. I think right about here should work. Now, let's name it. I'll call the western half the conservative states of America. The eastern half will be the liberal states of America. Since liberals and conservatives are scattered throughout the country, we need to give everyone a reasonable amount of time to choose where to live. A year should be enough. So, by the end of a year, most liberals will move eastward and most conservatives will move westward. In a very short time, the conservative states of America will decide to secure their borders. So, they'll put up 2 continuous walls and have a Coast Guard. The liberal states of America will believe in open borders and, therefore, we'll have neither. I would now like to show you what would most likely be some of the basic tenets of each new country. The 7 basic tenets of the conservative states of America. Number 1, citizens may come and go as they please. Tourists and immigrants are carefully vetted. Number 2, wasteful government spending is eliminated, including all welfare programs. Number 3, income tax is eliminated. Number 4, voting requirements are the following. Must be a male citizen who is at least 25 years old. I picked this because the founding fathers knew that women were not interested in being politically active and that their husbands were essentially voting for the whole family. And that since our brains don't stop developing until we're around 25, we don't want emotionally immature people making serious political decisions. Next, must be a property owner. If you don't own property, you really don't have skin in the game when it comes to things like property taxes. And finally, must show a government-issued photo ID when voting. Number 5, all elected positions are for a 4-year term, and re-elections for the same position are forbidden. So you could have a long political career. You might be a mayor, then a representative, then a senator, then a governor, and even president. But only one term, and that's it. Number 6, anyone running for elected office is required to have served in the military for at least 3 years. Most people aren't comfortable with a president or a governor telling the military what to do if they themselves have never served in the military. Number 7, persons who are incarcerated will serve the full amount of time without the possibility of parole. Upon release, they will be billed for the full amount of the cost of their incarceration. I think these sound reasonable enough. What do you think? Here are the 7 basic tenets of the liberal states of America. Number 1, citizens, tourists, and immigrants may come and go as they please. Number 2, welfare programs are available to all without having to provide proof of need. Number 3, income will be taxed at 100%, and all adults, citizens and non-citizens, will be given a universal basic income of $5,000 per month. Number 4, voting requirements are the following. Anyone who is at least 12 years old, no proof of citizenship is required. Number 5, all civilians are forbidden to own a firearm. Number 6, use of any illicit drug is allowed for persons over the age of 12. And finally, number 7, persons who are incarcerated may have their time reduced by up to 90% with good behavior. Nothing like a revolving door, eh? I don't think there's anything wrong with these, right? What could possibly go wrong with these 7 liberal tenets? What do you guys think? My prediction is that after just one generation's time, we would see drastically different results. The conservative states of America would most likely be thriving, while the liberal states of America would most likely devolve into a hellhole. The difference would be as simple as this versus this. So, which of these 2 countries would you rather live in? Well, that about wraps up this video. As usual, let's end it with a comedian talking about today's topic. Enjoy!
I love Independence Day because your country broke away from England and got freedom. Australia never did that, right? We're Britain's little that's what we are. You guys, you tipped the tea in the ocean. I think that's what it was. You tipped tea in the ocean and you were like... So England didn't like that. They put their red coats on, which is still the most arrogant military uniform in the history of combat. The least camouflage outfit there was. When Paul Revere was like, the English are coming, everyone was like, no shit, Paul, we can see from a mile away. Anyway, long story short, no one thought you'd win. You had 16 guns, 4 pitchforks, and Mel Gibson, and you won. And that's why I love this country. Yeah, you stick it to England. We still drink hot tea in Australia. You don't get hot tea anywhere in America. You're done with tea forever. The only time you drink tea is to annoy England. You're like, tea? How do we drink it? Cold, with a pound of sugar in a can that says Arizona. How you like that?